News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Hillary Clinton may have the nomination, but Bernie's got Montana. Good morning, everyone. This is Montana Morning. It's Wednesday, June the 8th, 2016. Sky is overcast. We've got 59 degrees and expecting some very stormy weather later on today. We'll get details on that in a few minutes. Our newscast this morning sponsored by AAA. AAA pays for itself with discounts on big brands. Join now, get a free canvas tote. Visit AAA.com/Montana. Bernie Sanders has defeated Hillary Clinton in Montana's Democratic presidential primary. Sanders rallied his Montana supporters last month after becoming the first presidential candidate to make campaign stops in the state. Montana is generally an afterthought in the race for the nomination because of its low delegate count and its elections happening late in the primary election calendar. But this year, as in 2008, the candidates' fight for each vote brought Montana, at least for a day or so, back into relevance. A week after Sanders spoke in Billings and Missoula, former President Bill Clinton appeared in Billings as his wife's surrogate. And then Hillary Clinton has also opened multiple campaign offices in the state. Of course, Donald Trump also appeared in Billings. Montana Secretary of State Linda McCullough was up late last night monitoring the primary. By 11 o'clock last night, only a handful of Montana counties had reported. Even though the polls had closed today, part of the delay was because of a large number of late registrations.
As of 9 o'clock tonight, we had over 3,300 late registrants just for today, and a total for this 30-day period, 6,219 late registrations.
McCullough said the number of late registrations was double the number from the last election. Those interested in tracking the numbers were able to watch the results roll in through the night easier than before.
We have an election night reporting system that's live from the 56 counties. We've gotten a lot of kudos from that tonight. We've had that since 2010, but in the past, since the last election in 2014, we've streamlined it and made the mobile app even better. So we have about half of those looking are doing it on a mobile app off their iPhones and their smartphones.
According to McCullough, the election went smoothly and she had no reports of any glitches. Election day at Missoula County Fairgrounds, Election Central, and at 8 o'clock last night, just after the polls closed, I spoke with Elections Administrator Rebecca Connors. She said it had been a good day, a record day, in fact, registering voters.
It was a busy day here at the fairgrounds. We helped over 600 voters for same-day voter registration, which is probably a new record for us here at Missoula County. In 2014, we only helped 80 voters. And we've seen a huge percentage of absentee voter turnout. It's going to be above 75% for Tuesday.
County Administrator Ann Hughes explained the various aspects of voter registration.
You know, we have regular voter registration all year round. That's what happens. And then there's about a 30-day window where that regular registration closes, and then that window is called late registration. And then that late registration closes at noon the day before an election day so that staff has time to do what they need to do. And then same-day voter registration is what happens on election day. The
primary determines, of course, which candidates will face each other in the general election in November. One race of interest here in Missoula County, that was County Commissioner, and Dave Strohmeyer, the Democrat, defeated his fellow Democrat Stacey Rye, who was the appointed replacement at the County Commission. So he will be running against Todd Geary in the fall. Voters who turned out for Montana's primary were undeterred by the lack of drama at the top races on the ballot. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump had secured their places as the Democratic and Republican nominees before yesterday's election. Democratic Governor Steve Bullock and Republican challenger Greg Gianforte had been looking past the primaries for months and faced only token opposition. The Granite County Sheriff's Office has released the name of the man who was killed in a one-vehicle accident Monday near Beavertail Hill. Sheriff Scott Dunkerson provides details.
About 1:30 yesterday afternoon, Missoula County 911, I believe it was a Forest Service law enforcement officer, called the Granite County Dispatch and advised they had a motor vehicle crash about 25 miles east of Missoula in the Gillespie Creek area with a report of a person that was potentially deceased.
Dunkerson said the name of the victim in Monday's fatal crash has been released.
When I arrived on scene that vehicle, I'm guessing the distance here, it's probably about a 200-foot embankment. The driver of the vehicle, Michael James Conley of Clinton, 28-year-old male, was ejected and died of his injuries at the scene.
Investigating Highway Patrol Trooper Jake Parks said the vehicle rolled about 200 feet down the embankment before coming to rest on an abandoned logging road. A 51-year-old man died after a tree fell on him at a commercial logging camp near Lake Mary Ronan, west of Flathead Lake. Lake County Sheriff Don Bell said Randy Scott Drollinger of Kalispell died in the accident late Monday morning. Bell said Drollinger was a crane operator but was not on the machinery when the accident occurred. Fellow workers began CPR and called 911, but air responders had to guide around crews to the remote site on a mountainside. Bell said Drollinger was pronounced dead at the scene. County deputies, 911 dispatchers, and detention officers at Mineral County are still on strike despite requests for mediation that were finalized last Friday. Teamsters Local 2 spokesman Sean Fontaine says mediation could begin today.
The state assigned a mediator to it immediately, and within a few hours of filing for the paperwork, I had received an email from the mediator letting us know that he had been assigned and what his availability was. He had tomorrow, Wednesday available, and also Friday.
Fontaine said the attorney for the county received the same email from the mediator last week but had still failed to respond as of noon yesterday.
We just have to get a response from the county saying that we can meet, on this date, but they haven't even done this. The commissioners meeting on Thursday, they came out and we want to get back to the table and we want to get this resolved, but yet they won't contact us to go through the mediation process. So I don't know how heartfelt their comments were during the commissioners meeting.
While the strike is ongoing, all non-union workers are pulling extra shifts. A local mayor is even running the switchboard for 911 calls to dispatch. The National Weather Service has issued a warning for severe thunderstorms at west central Montana and northern Idaho. Meteorologist Dave Noble said the storms could occur this afternoon and tonight.
There's a chance for some isolated severe thunderstorms to develop across north central Idaho into western Montana. And there's going to be a cold front moving eastward into the area, and the storms are going to start to fire up ahead of the front and also along the frontal boundary.
Noble said the storms could bring damaging wind and even hail.
Hail up to 1 inch. Could see some localized heavy rain. Could see some flash flooding in some of the flooding-prone areas. Could see some debris flows. Also could see some severe winds greater than 55 miles an hour.
Noble said residents should watch out for possible flash flooding. The most severe storms will occur Wednesday afternoon and evening, with some minor storm activity continuing into Thursday. We'll see what happens. News Talk time now, 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly sunny skies early today with our high temperatures topping out in the mid to low 90s. Showers and thunderstorms will develop this afternoon. Thunderstorms will be capable of producing gusty winds and brief heavy rain. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.